I've always had a fascination with ripoffs and bootlegs, things created solely because something is doing well and some other company wants to make a quick buck. Games, toys, music, even television have all seen their share of other things trying to be that thing or existing just long enough to capitalize on the hype. Sometimes they're copyright violatingly obvious, other times you have to know the media they're trying to copy. And of course, movies are no exception. Theatrical copycats have been around since nearly the creation of film itself, with every decade having a fad or two for studios to churn out their own takes on the zeitgeist, but the floodgates were truly opened with the advent of video cameras and movie rental. Suddenly, anyone could make a movie, find a distributor, and have it sent to blockbusters across the nation for anyone curious, or stupid, enough to rent it and net the producers a profit. As long as they could get a movie out while the real thing was still a thing, they could hop on the bandwagon and grab just enough cash to make it worthwhile. The rush got so fast that at some point, producers discovered that they could make even more money if they made the movie before the movie they were cashing in on was even released, then released it alongside the movie. And thus, the mockbuster was born. The movie not just trying to convince you it's related to the actual movie, but that it is the actual movie. If you were a kid during the 90s or early 2000s, you probably remember seeing, or even owning, cartoons that had the same title and even similar box art to Disney movies. So that meant they were the same thing or just as good, right?
The food is delicious, it's pure gastronomy. But don't ask what you're eating, cause it's Paris, mon ami.
Yeah, it didn't matter how cheap or rushed the production was or how watchable the finished product ended up. If you bought it hoping it was related to or even was the real thing, they had your money and that's all that matters. And in today's world, with cheap DVD and Blu-ray production and multiple streaming distribution services, it's never been easier for a studio or a group of fans to produce their own takes on popular movies and have them seen worldwide. There have been a number of studios that have based their business model on this concept, and chances are you've seen, or know someone who's seen, at least one of these straight-to-DVD masterpieces. But in my opinion, none have been as prolific or shameless as the mockbuster masters themselves, the Asylum. Most of these blatantly capitalize on a recent theatrical film, and some have even garnered their own mainstream attention. They've become so well known for their modus operandi, their name is synonymous with the type of movie they create. Even when a movie isn't made by them, you can take one look at its cover and say, oh, that looks like an Asylum knockoff. They've mastered this low-budget, lightning-fast production so strategically, they've made a profit with every movie they've released. A feat even some movies they've copied can't match. So what is it about the Asylum's movies that keep people coming back, even long after we've caught onto their tricks and they've gained a reputation as, well, a joke? Or is that the reason? Well, that's what I intend to find out. Starting this January, I am going to watch every single Asylum-based movie to see if there's any redeeming quality to their productions. I'll start at the beginning, and since the Asylum is still going strong and releasing at least a dozen movies every year, this is one journey I'll likely never see the end of. I'll admit I haven't seen most of the movies they're cashing in on, but that's not going to be a problem because neither have they. Will most of these movies be complete and utter crap? Oh, I have no doubt. But as I binge watch the Asylum's catalog, I'm holding out hope that a couple may be better than they have any right to be. Or at the very least I'll be laughing so hard I can ignore how stupidly horrible they are. And for anyone who wants to say that I'm directly ripping off Disney-cember or Monster Madness or Cinemadonna or Long Box of the Damned or some other sequential themed review show more notable critics have done, well, consider this my own mockbuster. And while this series isn't sponsored by them, I would like to give a shout out to Pluto TV for helping make this retrospective possible. Pluto TV is a free online streaming service alternative to cable TV broadcasting. With over 200 channels to choose from, including many dedicated to certain programming 24/7, and hundreds of movies and shows available on demand, there's always something new to watch and enjoy. Members also enjoy benefits like channel customization and DVR recording, so you can see your favorite shows and movies anytime. And yes, they have an entire channel dedicated to the Asylum, which really helped with finding and watching their library of movies. Check them out today to discover old favorites and new interests. So, until I lose the last of my sanity and I need to be placed in an actual institution, consider me locked in the Asylum.